We have taken out multiple factories of missiles, drones, and we've killed thousands of Hezbollah terrorists. Finally, Hezbollah, with the blessing of Iran, has decided to agree to a ceasefire. Also, Israel will maintain the right to strike itself if Hezbollah breaches the conditions of UN Security Council Resolution 1701. Now we have to bring back the rest of our hostages. We want a future that has hope for the Palestinians in Gaza. Thank you for this interview. 14 months after the unprovoked aggression of Hezbollah in our border with Lebanon, Israel has taken action to completely neutralize the Hezbollah threat and take it out of the equation. Israel has taken out the entire Hezbollah leadership. We have uprooted all the military infrastructure that was prepared to launch an attack against Israel from the border, the Lebanese side of the border with Israel. And we have taken out multiple factories of missiles, drones, and we've killed thousands of Hezbollah terrorists. Thanks to our efforts, finally Hezbollah, with the blessing of Iran, has decided to agree to a ceasefire. That means that it's no longer part of the multi-front attack against Israel. That is very important and is a sign that Israel actually has managed to get a victory over Hezbollah. Now, what are the terms of the ceasefire? First, we have to implement Resolution 1701, and this is going to be done not only by the fact that there's going to be an international mechanism that is going to monitor the infiltrations of Hezbollah if it infiltrates south of the Litani River and it approaches Israel, but also Israel will maintain the right to strike itself if Hezbollah breaches the conditions of UN Security Council Resolution 1701.
So, sir, how long is the ceasefire expected, and what will be the approach of Israel towards Lebanon? And now that the ceasefire has been declared, what will be your approach towards Iran and Hamas?
Well, first of all, as this ceasefire is right now for 60 days, we hope it will last more. But this is a period in which we can test the intentions of Lebanon. Lebanon has committed to deploy the Lebanese army in the south, and UNIFIL will be deployed in the south, and they are supposed to do their job to prevent Hezbollah from entering South Lebanon. If they fail doing that, that will put the ceasefire in danger. And Israel, as I told you, keeps the right to defend itself by itself against the Hezbollah threat. We will not agree that Hezbollah will again build this infrastructure in order to attack Israel in the future. Now, regarding Iran, we know that Iran initiated this unprovoked attack by Hezbollah, and Iran tried to attack Israel in multiple fronts while staying immune. Well, it is no longer immune. Iran is completely exposed because we took out their missile defense capabilities, we have struck their missile and drone factories, and we even struck an element of the nuclear program. And that's why they hushed to do this ceasefire that we are seeing now. So they will have to calculate again in the future whether they want to attack Israel again, either directly or indirectly. Now, regarding Hamas, as you know, we have given very severe blows. We have neutralized all the battalions of Hamas, and we have neutralized the missile threat against Israel from the Gaza Strip. Now we have to bring back the rest of our hostages. We will continue putting pressure in order to reach a situation that we get our hostages back on the one hand, but in parallel we prevent the rearming and regrouping of Hamas terrorist organization.
What is the current situation in Gaza like? So is there a still war-like situation there?
Well, what we are seeing now is that we have an Israeli presence inside the Gaza Strip. We are putting military pressure on sporadic attempts of Hamas to rearm and regroup, and we are doing a huge effort on the humanitarian side in order to facilitate aid for the Palestinian needy population. One of the challenges we have is that Hamas is taking over that humanitarian assistance, and instead of supplying it free of charge to the population, it is charging money for that because they want to continue controlling the Gaza Strip. So the Israeli government will have to make decisions what to do in order to neutralize that, because we want the Palestinian population to get the food they deserve from the international community, and we want a future that has hope for the Palestinians in Gaza.
So coming back to the ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel, U.S. is actually monitoring the ceasefire. What are the thoughts on about Israel with the U.S. monitoring the ceasefire?
Well, we have a very good deep dialogue with this outgoing administration. We have agreed to the terms of the ceasefire, and what we are going to get in return is the continuation of the very generous aid that we are gratefully given by the United States. This aid is going to help us to get prepared for any scenario in the future, especially in the Iranian context.